Alright, what's up, fam? You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. Or video, depending on how you're looking at it. This is Brother Hatim. You are now at the Daily Toast, and this is a Heart of a Simba production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Kujichagulia to each and every last one of y'all. Apologize, I was about 7 minutes late, but it takes time to get ready. Since I'm using this computer system, sometimes I gotta wait for my computer to boot up, and that could take 15 minutes in itself. Then I gotta turn on the Spreaker account, and that take 7 minutes. So it is what it is, right? Drink your water. I'm on my second glass. All right. We are on Kujichagulia. It's a day of self-determination. Man, we moving slowly but surely into Kwanzaa season. Getting excited. Things are coming up. So in a minute, I'm going to have a place where you're going to be able to donate, or better yet, invest your funds into Kwanzaa, right? You know what I'm saying? So, and it'll be a collective, and, we could raise this money, and we can have the Kwanzaa of our life. Right now. So today is Kujichagulia. I want to say great Kujichagulia to you. Brother Kwame, let me know. Give me the delivery instructions, you know what I'm saying? How you want me to get you this gallon, because it's sitting down here. I think it's about ready. I haven't even looked at it, you know what I'm saying? It's nice and calm, you know what I'm saying? It's cooling down. This was made in between Harvey and Irma. You know what I'm saying? All right, so the day of self-determination. The demonic principle of the day is justice. The color is indigo. The hermetic law. The hermetic law to be on the lookout for today is correspondence. Male name for the day is Kwabena, and the female that's born on this day is Abena. According to the Emotional Emancipation Circle, today's Cursa is the principles of self-respect, or virtues of self-respect and respect for others. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to have respect for others when you don't have respect for yourself, unless you have been severely brainwashed and damaged like some of our people. You know what I'm saying? We find ways to be very respectful to others, but are very disrespectful to ourselves. And I kind of experienced some of that yesterday, trying to talk to some of the young people yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We're very, very, well, we can be. You know what I'm saying? And it's, so this is something that we got to really ingrain in ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Respect our own. Brother, if it's easy to deliver to South High or way out here in Reynoldsburg, or if to South High, that would be all right. We out here. I know where you. I know you way out in Reynoldsburg. Let me think about that, and we'll talk today, because I'm thinking about bringing it out today. If I don't bring it out today, I'll bring it with me tomorrow, and then we can discuss, because I got a dead zone between like 5 and 6. I could take a break and get it to either place, because I'm at the school until about 6, 7 o'clock. You know what I'm saying? I'm nation building family. So so with our kids, I never really give up. Sometimes get frustrated, back up. But we dealing with some rough ages. Middle school is a rough age. This is why I believe that rites of passage really started during this time, because the young people are on like a shaky bridge type thing, right? We spoke about that in African Open Tree of Life. Those that was listening in, we spoke about this adolescent phase. It's like a rocky bridge. I don't know if you ever been on one of those. A lot of us have never really experienced a rope bridge where with each step, it's like, if you're not careful, you got to hold on. It causes it to pendulum. It's like a pendulum as you walking across, right? And this is where the adolescent years are, and this is why our ancestors used to kind of put our young people through certain traumas at this time. And I know a lot of y'all don't like hearing that, but rites of passage is about calculated trauma. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because it's like there's only a few things in life that changes you. In the Native American community, you know, I noticed, like, for example, they have purposeful suffering. They suffer on purpose. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, I was checking that out. Then I start reading about the rites of passage, and I'm like, damn, that's suffering on purpose, right? You know what I'm saying? You put individuals through a certain level of suffering. I did it again, didn't I? I did it again. Oh, cool. All right, cool. I'm getting better, family. So you put individuals through a certain amount of suffering so that they can mature, right? Because if not, they get stuck in an adolescent mindset. And I think for a lot of us here in America, we have been allowed to have a prolonged adolescent phase where we're able to explore life, where life is not as serious because there's no dangers. You know what I'm saying? There's no leopards. There's no snakes. There's no, you know what I'm saying? For most of us in those situations, you know what I'm saying? The biggest thing we probably have to deal with is rats. You know what I'm saying? So, and I know y'all like that. That ain't good. You damn right that ain't good. But the point I'm trying to make, family, is, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of us, right, we have had it easy. And in us having it easy, you know what I'm saying, it's hard for us to move to another level. This is why when you have people, because they often talk about this the post-traumatic stress, right? They often talk about post-traumatic stress, but one of the major things that rites of passage worked on was post-traumatic growth, right? We're not able to force our young people into growth. It's illegal. You know what I'm saying? They don't want you messing with the young people. I mean, really, this is why we have to separate them from, in a sense, from the parents and move them into their own world. You know what I'm saying? Where they are able to feel safe and not have to worry about instability and stuff like that. And they're in a stagnant situation. And, you know, we know things go bad in a stagnant situation. Because in a lot of these schools, that's what they're in. They're in a stagnant pool of other individuals that are confused about themselves, right? And they're thrown in with teachers who basically have no power and have to teach towards a curriculum that does not get an individual ready for life. So then when I hit 12 and 13 years old, I'm off the hook. I can't be hurt. I can't be touched. I'm at the height of my life. I could tell you how I feel. I could tell you what I want to do. And the only thing you can do is send me home. They allow sports to deliver the control. Oh, look, and I allow sports. See, and even with that, Brother Kwame, if you start looking at the sports, you ain't even allowed to do that there no more either. The coaching is totally different than when we was young. Totally different. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had coaches that would listen. Some of my coaches were so goddamn mean. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they wanted somebody to die on the field. You know what I'm saying? Nah, dog. Nah, the coaching is totally different. See, yeah, at one point in time, the football, the basketball, yeah, that was controlled suffering, but now it's not controlled suffering, especially when everybody getting goddamn trophies. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody got to feel good. You know what I'm saying? There's no, you know what I'm saying? There's no bad, you know. And the one thing I want people to understand is that all the change that we have had in America, in the world, has come from motherfucker suffering. Name one invention that somebody developed from a joyful space. It's suffering, it's discomfort, it's unease, it's pain that causes individuals to innovate. I'm uncomfortable. I'm tired of sitting on this goddamn ground. There has to be another way. I'm going to move a rock around the fire. I'm going to sit on a rock around the fire. Somebody see you sitting on a rock and be like, well, make him think he's special enough to... I'm totally just... I'm going to do better than that. I'm going to sit on a log, right? Here, I'm going to cut the log into a quarter and sit it up on the side. So now I'm sitting higher than everybody else. Here, I'm going to put a back on this shit because I want to lean back. You know what I'm saying? Listen, so discomfort is what causes us to move. But when we constantly putting our children in comfortable situations, when we're constantly putting ourselves in in comfortable situations, you know what I'm saying? We don't improve. We don't have a reason to improve. Let me drink. So, once again, in emotional emancipation circles, the virtue of the day is cursa, self-respect, and respect for others. All these views that I share are products of Brother Hatim, and Gye-Nyame Journey is not responsible for those, because I have people in Gye-Nyame Journey that don't agree with shit that I say, because we are a family, right? Brother Kwame say the libation of blood, sweat, and tears coming from generating ideas to you goddamn right. You know what I'm saying? Them ultimate libations. That, you know what I'm saying? That you got to we got to bleed. You know what I'm saying? We got to sweat. Right? You know what I'm saying? It's almost like a lot of us believe that liberation is, you know what I'm saying, it's supposed to just be given to us. And really that's what a lot of the myths kind of set us up for. Right? When you're waiting for that one, right? When you're waiting for that one, it kind of lets you off the hook. You know what I'm saying? When you're waiting for the one, you know what I'm saying? We got to understand that in our culture, we was never waiting for one. We always knew that liberation of our bodies, or liberations of our minds, or liberation of our spirit, it didn't come from one. It came from us. If we was going to live better, we knew that we was going to have to do better, right? We was going to have to do different things. And sometimes that would be painful. You know what I'm saying? All of us had habits that we had to break. All of us. And that shit is not easy. And it's not supposed to be easy. These minds love falling into patterns because it saves energy. The whole idea of the human body is to be very is very good at controlling resources. The best economist right now on this planet is your body, as far as how it uses energy. It's looking for as many ways to make things easy as possible. It's possible. So, it's easy for us to fall into mental patterns. It's easy for us to fall into emotional patterns. It's easy for us to fall in physical patterns that save energy. This is why motherfuckers actually think they're learning. Actually think they're learning something by just sitting down. Turn on the TV. I don't have to do anything with the information. I just get the information. Shit. Hey? Let me go and finish. I'm on my third glass. The kind ethics for the day is generosity and beneficence. Beautiful. The traditional Yoruba, from Yoruba culture. The day is Ifarabele. I gotta learn how to say that. Calmness, family. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of principles that we could pick from on this day. Plenty of ideas for us to discuss. You know what I'm saying? If we were to choose. You know what I'm saying? Now, tonight, I will be having my show. I'll be coming probably from this table, or maybe probably going to be coming from the captain's chair tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's back there somewhere. Where is it at? Right there. Well, okay. You see that chair in the back there? I can't do it. Can't do it. The world is flipped. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to be coming from Aesop Fables for those that want to get ahead. This story is called The Blind Man and the Whelp. We covered a version of this story. So now what we're getting into the different versions of some of the same stories. All right? So those that want to jump ahead and get ready for the discussion, The Blind Man and the Whelp. Now, what are we looking for in the discussion? When we break down the stories, we want to break it down for how it fits us in our life, in our present situation. We want to discuss how this folk tale, or if we're discussing a proverb, how does it apply today for us as an individual or as a group? You know what I'm saying? How does this fit in with the politics? Is a political lesson in it? Is it an economic lesson in it? Is it a spiritual lesson in it? We break it down and we bring the proverb or the folk tale in this case, because we're doing folk tales for grown folks tonight. We try to look and see how we can really apply the wisdom of our ancestors, doing what's called wisdom mining, taking the time to dig deep. You know what I'm saying? Knock off the dirt. Shake off the dirt. Get to the valuable. Not that the dirt is not valuable, because if we farm, we understand the dirt is valuable. All of that is valuable. But we're looking for the gems. We're looking for the jewels. So we got to clean off some of that dirt, and we got to go on and start breaking down that stone and precisely hit it. And when we hit it, we're precisely hitting it with the proper questions. See, because these are just like gems. These are gems. Like a diamond. A diamond is just a rock until you start chipping away at it, right? You start chipping away at it, asking the right questions, right? Using your mind as the tool, right? And hammering and chiseling away so that you could start exposing some of the beautiful angles so that the light could reflect through. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we do when we doing wisdom mining. Right. So, and also what these tools allow us to do, right? These folk tales, these proverbs, right? It allows us to disassociate the wisdom that we're getting from an individual person and allow us to get the message that's in it specifically for us. That's the power for me. You understand what I'm saying? I get a specific message for me. I can share what that is for me, but it might not be the same for you. You know what I'm saying? And and in that is the power, because now I have to use my 3 levels of intelligence, right? Memorization, intelligence of the mind, and eventually through me working it in my mind, it becomes part of me. Right? A lot of us, we're getting hand-fed wisdom. You know what I'm saying? As a culture, we had to go through our own trials to get it. It wasn't enough for us to sit at the feet of the masters. We had to get the experience. You know what I'm saying? Now, we was able to avoid some of the obstacles that our masters went through because we was able to listen to them and learn, but we still had to experience the whole initiation aspect of the process of growth. It's an initiation, and it's not supposed to be easy, right? I can't make it easy for Cleve. You know what I'm saying? I can't make it easy for Gina and Si. I can't do that, because then I'm robbing them of the lesson that's going to come out of it. The purposeful suffering, the initiation. The ability to learn the sacrifice, to learning the necessities of these virtues. Because it's not easy to practice the virtues. It's not easy to talk about righteousness and practice righteousness in a world like this. It's not supposed to be easy. It was never easy. You know what I'm saying? Like people talking about in politics the good old times, or make America great again, or make this great again, or there was none. There was always struggle. People sitting up here feeding you bullshit and illusions. You know what I'm saying? You know that white nationalism is built on bullshit and illusions, right? They feeding poor white folks an image of some shit that never existed. You know, do you know why the past always seems better? Because you don't have to experience the shit. You're going off of somebody's memory. The past is always better. You know what I'm saying? I love going and talking about the past, right? But when I was in that shit, you know what I'm saying? This is where I come from. Because we need to remember some of our personal proverbs that we developed in our hard times, so that we could remember how fucked up some of that shit was, right? Because I could remember how beautiful the past was, but I also remember that I came up with a term that one day I'm gonna laugh about this shit. I didn't come up with that term for myself. I didn't come up with that idea for myself because life was easy. I came up with that shit because I was going through some shit. I was going through some hard shit. And I used to tell myself all the time, one day I'm going to laugh about this. One day I'm going to laugh about this. Goddamn, I'm going bankrupt. One day I'm going to laugh about this shit. Goddamn, I broke up again. One day I'm going to laugh about this shit. Goddamn, I'm in the hospital. Oh, one day I'm going to laugh about this shit. Oh, somebody stole my car. One day I'm going to laugh about this shit. Oh, niggas shooting at my house. One day we going to laugh about this shit. Oh, damn, my brother got murdered. Damn, one day. Wow. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So, family, we have to really, really start understanding, right? That it's about that. It's about us being able to be mathematicians with suffering. Right? We've been mathematicians with the numbers, but can we be mathematicians with the suffering and look at the equations that's coming out of life so that we get equations to the children so that they can start working out the equations. That's what rites of passage was. That's what the initiation was. That's what culture provided. It provided individuals with the equations to live a successful life if they was willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. If they was willing to pour those most sacred libations, blood, sweat, and tears. Water and alcohol and all the other stuff were, those were subtle replacements for the real libations. The real libations is when we're willing to get out there and put that sweat in. When we're willing to get in there and put those tears in, right? You know what I'm saying? When I'm working with my kids, sometimes these kids are so rough, dude, I almost want to break down and cry because I'm like, you don't even see what the fuck coming for you. You don't even understand you at war. You know what I'm saying? And I'm so glad that I'm able to be involved in providing you an environment where you feel so safe that you feel you can do anything you want. But family, let me be honest with you. You're living in a poverty state. Nah, my mama paid. No, your mama working 2 jobs. How the fuck is that paid? What sense does that make? You don't get to see your mama. You know what I'm saying? What? Your mom came in scrubs. She's not a doctor. She's not doing surgery. She's not getting $50,000. She's not paid. Baby, you go to a school where 98%, listen, it's a high enough number in my school where everybody eat free lunch. Our children have totally no concept of where they are. And you can't do nothing but almost tear up when you're talking to them. They live in fantasies. I remember I was sitting in a meeting one day, and a child told me, that they were going to go to UCLA. Hey, baby, I'm not one to crush your dreams, but let's get down to the brass tacks. How do you plan to pay for this? Because your grades right now, you're not gonna get a scholarship. And I have plenty of friends that made it through Ohio State. I got some friends that went to UCLA and they made it through and they paid for this stuff. But my family gonna pay for it. Oh, okay. I gotta, In those type of conversation, I gotta watch what I say because we gotta be politically correct. Family broke. I'm sorry. What's up, Hazin? Welcome. Came up with the team Mathematics, the study of Maya as pertaining to black people. That's hot. That's hot. And that's called, actually, that's something for today. Kujichagulia. You know what I'm saying? What is it? Creating for ourselves. The defining for ourselves. Defining. You know what I'm saying? Because we got to be able to really do that stuff. Because they trying to take all that shit from us. You see, if you check the news, there's some new discoveries in Egypt. I'm quite sure they're going to be quite enlightening. They done found some treasures, right? They done found a tomb with a bunch of mummies in them, right? Right. So by the time me and you are in our 80s, Egypt will be Arab. Totally. So, you know what I'm saying? We got to stay steadfast in our fight, family. You know what I'm saying? And we got to understand it's not supposed to be easy. And others are not supposed to roll over and just give us their children's food. You know what I'm saying? There's certain, business is war. Really, when it comes down to it. If you want it, you got to get it. You got to take it. I mean, that's what we got to understand, family. We being nice to everybody. We let Koreans come into our community, disrespect us, say all type. I mean, we can't even get in the goddamn hair care business. You know what I'm saying? We know for a fact that the hair care business is a $1 billion industry. But yet, we are so gracious and so kind that we give it to another people, and we allow them to disrespect us. Brother Kwame need a description of the dancing girls, a little salute found in Mohenjo-Daro, round about Pakistan. Okay, what do you mean you need a description? You need somebody to describe what's going on in the process? Because years ago in the Metu by Raul Neframan, he talked about Mohenjo-Daro, or however you say it. How a lot of black folks, you know what I'm saying, how, he basically breaks down the whole genesis of how we was ruling all those areas, you know what I'm saying? So the piece that I'm trying to get to, and I'm gonna be done, we're gonna do our toast because this is my last glass here, glass of water, right? Is family, it's supposed to be a struggle. It's supposed to be hard. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to struggle. Matter of fact, struggle forces us to recognize that we are a piece in a larger, you know what I'm saying, in a cell in a larger organism, right? An organism happen to be the group that we come from, and not that we can't get along with others. It's just that we have to be able to lay down the foundation, because others have shown that if you do not call for respect and demand respect, they will not give it. Everybody didn't recognize humanity like we did, or like the Native Americans did, because if being honest, you need to be honest. If Africans would have jumped on a boat and went around discovering and landed on the coast someplace in West Asia, they would have murdered us as soon as we got off the goddamn boat. You know what I'm saying? If Native Americans would have just said, hey, I wonder what's beyond the sea. You know what I'm saying? And, looked out about the sea and developed a boat and sailed over and landed somewhere in West Asia. Also, for some of y'all that's not hip to the language, landed somewhere in Europe. They would have ate their ass. They would have murdered them. You know what I'm saying? But, everybody don't recognize humanity. Everybody don't see everybody as equal. And we have to understand that. We can't force people to do that. But what we can force people to do is to respect the fact that if you cross my border in a disrespectful way, I will send your head back to your people. That's what's missing with us. Okay? You know what I'm saying? They definitely got rid of that warrior family. You know what I'm saying? Because you best believe there was something like, hey, don't let them on shore. Don't listen, elders. Don't let them on shore. Oh no. They're him. They're our brothers. The elders. Listen to me. Listen. Okay, I'm gonna roll with this. Right? So now we are in the process of a generational strategic retreat. Right? The warrior had to retreat inside of us so that it didn't get totally destroyed, and it's slowly but surely coming up out of us. Right? Sometimes misguided, doing crazy shit to each other. Right? But that was that generational. I told you we're generational people. What this means is that we constantly return, right? So we don't fight wars just in the moment. World War II or the Great World War is still going on. We just in a strategic retreat, right? In some cases, some of us is strategic surrender. But dude, let's be honest, some of you motherfuckers just gave up, right? You know what I'm saying? So it's time for it's time for y'all to wake up, and it's time for us to start waking up some of these babies with the truth, right? All of us didn't come from no goddamn kings and queens. Let's be honest, because as I always ask, if all of us came from kings and queens, who took out the trash? Who built the buildings? Who made the chairs that we sat on? You know what I'm saying? Who fought the wars? All of us couldn't come from no damn kings and queens. And then on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Another problem with kings and queens is that they don't pay taxes. God damn it. Well, we need to be coming from some farmers. We need to be coming from some builders, some architects. We need to be coming from some generals, some excellent foot soldiers. You know what I'm saying? We need to be coming from some hunters. You know what I'm saying? Kings and queens can have never liberated people. Never. You know what I'm saying? With everybody trying to be kings and queens, we will never be free. We need engineers. We need lawyers. We need politicians. We need trigger pullers. We need special forces, right? We need psychologists. We need doctors. You know what I'm saying? That's what we came from. So I'm going to finish this up and then we're going to do our toast. Want to know what the statue looked like? Does she have Africoid features? I'll try to look that up. Hold on. Let's see. Dancing. Oh, hold on. I ain't got to go nowhere. Hold on. Hey, hold on. Modern technology here. Hold on. Okay, Google. Show me the dancing girl of Maher and Django. No.
These pictures should match.
It said Modern Django. Let's see. Dancing girl of Mahen Joe Doro. Okay, Dance Girl prehistoric bronze sculpture made approximately 2500 BCE in the Indus Valley. Yes, that's going. Now, even before I push the button, if you remember your reading in Metu Neter by Ra Nefer-Amen, he already talked about this. She got her hand on her hip just like a black woman. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah, dog. That's a sister. First off, it's dark black. Second off, her hair is thick and pulled to the back. Third off, she got a big ass nose, lips as well, and she got her hands on her. She got one hand on her hip, like she listening to somebody telling her a bullshit story. Right? Look like she got a fist on her knee, ready to punch somebody in the mouth. That's a black woman. All right. Any more questions? And on top of that, she got the jewelry. You know, the thing that they used to wear around the neck, but she don't have that on her neck. She got it on her arm. I can't really tell what she got some type of amulet on her thing. So she got one of those long bracelets on her arm. She got, yeah, dude, this is African. An African with long hair now. I hope she wasn't wearing weave back then. I hope that's her hair. I know some of y'all gonna hate on me for my weave comment, but it's cool. I still love you. Alright, so we about to do our toast and we're gonna get the hell up out of here. I gotta get Cleve up. It's time for him to start doing him. I'm in love. I don't know, dude. She don't look like she, you know. She ain't a bad looking woman. You know what I'm saying? She got the slanty, she got the Asian eyes, right? But the Afrocoid features, the nose, the lips, even the forehead. The attitude is there. I work with her at my school. Except she wear a weave at my school, you know, over there in where she from, that's their hair. You know what I'm saying? But she wear weave at my school. Alright, so we lift up our glass, but so do the Africans of the that's true. That's true. You mean they wear weave too in the Kalahari? Man, family, we gonna have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like, yo, we got to take over the hair industry. I mean, I don't know people like, oh, that's impossible. You can't compete. Nah, fuck that. Fuck that. Oh, slanted eyes. Okay. And slanted eyes, and they wear weave? I'm sorry, brother. I'm lifting up my glass. Giving honor to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call it, Creator. We call on this great force to move through us and within us. We ask for this force to move around us and to bless each and every person that we may come in contact with, to lift us up. Gotta lead the weed? Oh, go ahead, dude. Now you rhyming. You know what I'm saying? You want to do an album? No, do a rap album. You know what I'm saying? But hey, we lift up our glass and we thank the Creator for allowing us to have another day. And we thank the Creator once again, always stressed by whatever name you choose to call him, because whether you believe in the Creator or whether you don't believe in the Creator, there's some forces out there, you know what I'm saying, that we have to recognize. Whether it's science or whether it's, as we say in Africa, that creative force, right? We lift it up and we say Ashe. From there, we move to our personal ancestors and we remember those personal ancestors. We lift them up. We toast them. We remember them, right? Remember the good times as well as remember the hard times, right? Remember the learning times and remember the trying times, right? We lift up our ancestors and we thank them for the experiences that they allowed us to have with them and the experiences that they blessed us with. And we toast them now because we know that even though they are not physically present with us, they are still around us, still trying to give us hints on this and trying to expose us to the secrets of life so that we can move to the next level. So we lift up our glass and we thank our ancestors. And right here, I'm going to start saying my personal ancestors. I pray that you start saying yours. Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert Texas, Davis, Ron Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, William Walton, Chris and Fanny Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Geneva Brown, Cleveland Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Elvira Brown, Gina Gaines, my aunt Barbara Twiggs, Katie Ellis, my aunt Katie Ellis, my cousin Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, John Fallard, Montague Pittman Ale, Jeremiah Tappan, No More X, Pet Mont Ra, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Mama Malika, Tony Clark, Mark Walsh. From last year Kwanzaa list. So y'all know I'm gonna be doing this all next year. So for Kwanzaa, if you have ancestors, we're gonna have some ancestral pages that y'all could do, and I'm gonna remember to do them at least a couple of times a week. You know what I'm saying? You want to make your family strong. Always be lifting up your ancestors. Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pulliam, the Luxter brothers, Mrs. Edith Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Mrs. Marie McDowell. From last year's Kwanzaa's list. So hopefully we get a longer list for next year, family. Alright, so we lift up and we thank those ancestors and we say Ashe. From there, we move to the present moment, and we already spoke about it. We are in Kujichagulia, one of the most powerful days. Shouts out to brother Leroy Thornton. We call him the Thundering Thornton, right? You know what I'm saying? So shouts out. I have an ancestral celebration coming up at the end of October. I'll have a date for you coming up. I think it's on the 29th. They usually do it like the last Saturday of the month, I think. Oh my God, now you got me. So now I got to do push-ups, right? See, there you go with that there, right there. I see you, Kwame, right? Because they were supposed to do one in September at the school, but it ended up, how you doing, Brother Leroy? But it ended up, I had to change it because the football season, and that was the same day as what they call a preview. Now, unfortunately, black folks in sports, you know what I'm saying? Sports is like a religion, family. You know, so there was nothing I could do, so I just left it alone, and now we have to switch it out. So shouts out to brother Leroy Thornton. We want to toast, and we want to lift up our glass. We toasted our ancestors. The moment right now is Kujichagulia. In this moment is all your power, family. We be giving away our power, right? Stop giving away your power. Your power is in the moment. Stop letting people take your moments. Rashawn Roland Kirk had a song called Bright Moments, right? I'm asking you, make your moments bright. You know what I'm saying? Shine. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you represent, shine for it in the moment. Because you're not going to, you know what I'm saying? Because if you're not practicing in the moment, you won't be able to do it in the future. You understand what I'm saying? Practice right now. Use all the lessons from your past to have your bright moment. So we lift up our glass and we salute this moment. Then now, when we say Ashe from there, we move from there, we salute our children, our children's children unto infinity. It is our responsibility, right? Because like I was frustrated this morning, but I have to think about my responsibility. I was frustrated yesterday. I had got to think about my responsibility. It's our responsibility to educate our children, even though they may not want the education. And I'm not talking about what we're giving them in school. It's our responsibility to at least expose them to the truth. You understand what I'm saying? That's your responsibility as a black man and black women, or truth seekers, because all of us that are of this complexion, of this ilk, are not seeking truth. Those of you who are about truth, it's your responsibility to give it to our children. Why? Because when they got truth, they could deal with reality. And when they could deal with reality, they could move from where they are to where they need to be. If we lie to somebody in poverty, we keep them in poverty. because they have to decipher the lie. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be dealing with the lie. They're going to be dealing with the illusion. It's your job to in your bright moment, to shine so that your children, our children, can see the direction they need to move in, family. Stop lying to the kids. You know what I'm saying? Stop lying to them. Let them know that their family, I mean, I know some of y'all going to be like, this fucked up, but they need to know the fact of the matter that their family is one paycheck away from being homeless, one natural disaster away from being totally broke. We need to know this. Why do they need to know this? So that they can start changing that reality for their family. They can start. I let Cleveland know Cleveland was sitting down as mad as he could make me sometime. He was sitting in the car doing a business plan. Because I'm letting them know the reality. My daughters asked me yesterday, can we go to New York? We want to go to New York. Today was 911. We want to go to New York. We want to see where the building fell. I said, well, you ain't got money for that right now. My daughter said, well, I got 60 cents. Well, hey, I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't going to be able to go to New York right now. But we could work on that. We could work on that as a family. We got to be honest, family. Some of y'all, we run around here living off credit. I mean, come on now. And I know Jay-Z said it. And if Jay-Z said it, it had to be true. But family, motherfuckers is not running the world on credit. I'm just being honest with you. They're not. They're not. Right? So I'm, I don't want to go against, Jay-Z, because some of y'all are Jay-Z stans and y'all gonna be mad at me for saying it. But Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? It's not credit. Credit is not the solution. We done had credit for the last 40 years in the black community. It done fucked us up. We done got credit. We buying houses that are basic. I mean, I want y'all to think about this. This is our mind state. We'll go out and we'll watch a house being built. We'll pay $150,000 for a house that's made out of plywood. You don't think something wrong with that? Just because it simulates, it makes us look like we wealthy. The goddamn house is made out of plywood. We're paying over $100,000 for a plywood. You could build that shit in your backyard. Really, listen, I had an elder tell me, one of my advising elders that I go and sit down and talk with, right? He told me, he said on the weekends we used to build houses. A friend wanted to build something, he would provide the beer, we would bring the work, we would bring the labor, and we would build the house. I said, what y'all build the houses out? He said, mainly brick. Family, look at some of the houses that some of your friends got when you walk in there. Look at them. When they ain't looking, knock on the wall. You're living in a structure that if a storm came through here, that shit would not remain standing, family. That's credit. All right, I'm sorry. So we finished the toast. So it's our responsibility to take care of the future generations. We are responsible for the next 7 generations. Actually, we are responsible for all of our generations after us, right? So what we do today determines their tomorrow. So we lift up our glass and we remember our children today so that they can remember us tomorrow. And we also remember that we're generational people. And there's a strong possibility that you're going to be born back into your family line. So if you're not taking care of business, you're going to be born into a family line that you neglected and end up back in a fucked up situation. Because, in the past we didn't know. We was totally brainwashed. We went through trauma. But now we are able to see that we got some of these ancestors coming back. Some of us old enough to be looking at some of these. I look at Sasha, and although I swear that's my grandma. I mean, just the way she mean. My grandma, I love her, but Mima was straightforward, and she said what she wanted to say. I said, damn, where is she getting this from? It's my grandmother, possibly, right? On my on my mother's side, right? You know, so because my grandmother on the other side was totally different, at least with me. You know what I'm saying? So I lift up the glass and we salute our children. We say Ashe. From there, we move to you. I salute you. I toast you, right? Any issues that you may have, this is where you bring it up. You know what I'm saying? Nobody got to hear it, or if you want to, you could pin it up. We toast it. You know what I'm saying? Any issues, we toast for those people that experience Irma. We toast for those that experienced Harvey or whatever his name was. We toast for those who are about to experience Julio, who out in the ocean, you know, and I think there's a cave forming out there right now. You don't find it strange, and I'm done. Y'all don't find it strange that the news is not really covering the fact that we got like another 2 or so hurricanes rolling up in this motherfucker, and all of them, and they keep using this term, a once in 100-year flood, a once in 1,000-year storm. How you have it once and we on the third? See, this is it. We got to learn to think. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling y'all right now, they call it global warming. I call it ancestor warming. That's what's going on. The ancestors is like, oh, we tired of this shit. Oh, we tired of it. We gonna you. Our people sleep. We got to wake them up. So we lift up our glass, we toast, and we say Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. I wish you peace, power, and 100 years, family. Whether you're listening to me live, or whether you're listening to me later, whether you download the podcast, I want to thank you for tuning in. Remember, tonight we're going to have our discussion on Aesop Fables. We're doing folk tales for grown folks tonight. It will be possibly at 9 p.m. I don't know what's going on with my camera. Okay, cool. So, this brother Tim, I'm going to sip on this. I'm going to wake up Cleve so he can do his work. And we're going to get out of here and we're going to start our marvelous day. Damn, this is therapy. One love, brother Kwame. Thank you for stopping in, brother Leroy. Thank you for checking in, brother Hazin. There's somebody else out there. I'm sending shouts out to all of y'all. You know, post up your name so I can send you a shout out. Thank you. Make sure y'all follow these people. Those people that might be tuning in later, go and follow these people. You know what I'm saying? Let's support. We family. All right? I'm out. Let's see. What song are we going to end on today? We're going to do... Nah, I ain't going to do that. We're gonna do this one.
We say that we must come to know the difference between mobilization and organization because the enemy will use mobilization to demobilize us. Mobilization is very easy. Very, very easy. Because since we're people who are instinctively ready to respond against acts of injustice, anytime there's one little act of injustice, we can blow it up and we'll find people who come and make some mass demonstration around it. Miss Sally lost her job. Let's rally. She'll get her job back. People will come and rally. So-and-so got kicked out of school because the teacher's unjust. The unjust, the people will come and rally. They will come to rally on issues. And this is what mobilization does. It mobilizes people around issues. Those of us who are revolutionary are not concerned with issues. We're concerned with the system. The difference must be properly understood. The difference must be properly understood. Mobilization usually leads to reform action, not to revolutionary action. If we would look scientifically at the October 16 million and more march, we would see clearly that this was a mobilized event, not an organized event. We must know clearly the difference between mobilization and organization. One of the characteristics of mobilization is that it is temporary. Organization is permanent and eternal. Clear differences must be made because The unconscious can usually be captured easily around one-issue items, around mobilization items, but it's hard to catch them around organization. But these unconscious must be brought to organization. We must transform mobilization to organization. We say the enemy will come and use mobilization to demobilize us. Many brothers and sisters who've been to the Million and More March will say to you, I was there. But what are you doing today, my sister? I was there. There weren't too many sisters out there, but you know, with a million brothers together, you know where I had to be. I was there. And then, of course, you find brothers, yeah, I was there. I helped you. What are you doing today, brother? If we're not careful, we allow mobilization to become events. The struggle is never an event. It's a process, a continual, eternal process. We say it is our job to use mobilization to drive us to organization. You know our theme is organization. We want power. We don't want money. We don't want fame. We don't want fortune. We don't want popularity. We want power. Power. And power comes only from the organized masses. Power comes only from the organized masses. Therefore, since this is what we're concerned with, power, and we as a Pan-Africanist, we have every right to be concerned with it. Africa, after all, is the richest continent on the face of the earth. Properly organized, should be the most powerful continent on the face of the earth. Therefore, our drive towards power is clear. We want power, and we can only have power through the organized masses. Of course, capitalism.
You are now listening to Gye-Nyame Journey Radio. We just finished our toast, and of course, you know this is a Heart of a Simba production, where we strive to blow up your old paradigm.
A system which, in deforming our thinking, always seeks to make it appear as if the organized masses is some unattainable goal. Even the other day, when speaking to a sister who's been involved in activities over a period of years, she said, Kwame Ture, so when you say a mass party, what do you mean? I said, I mean a mass party. She said, but the APRP goes everywhere in England, they go in the Caribbean, in the United States, in Africa, and they're always saying about a mass party. What do you mean? I said, every African in the world inside our party. She said, are you going to get that? I said, that's what I'm working for. And if I don't get it, my granddaughter going to get it. But I'm working for it. Her disbelief comes from the fact that capitalism tells us that, well, you can be scientific about everything except human nature. That people are so different, they have such different tastes, such different tra-la-la-la, that you can't bring them together under the same roof. This is a lie. We will never tire of saying it. Capitalism does not lie some of the time. It lies all of the time. When it tells the truth, it's the result of a double lie. It's a logical fact. It's a logical fact. So capitalism has this belief that you can't organize all the people around the same thing. That's not true. You can organize all the people around one thing, truth. Now, what capitalism will try to make it appear as if the truth is not one truth, but anybody can have the truth. This is stupidity. Nobody's born with the truth inside of them. If they were, they wouldn't need to live. We come to know the truth from outside of us. Some people think that they know the truth because they were born to know the truth. That's a lie. You know the truth from constant struggle against lies. That's how you know the truth. Constant struggle against lies. For example, they try to make it appear as if we Africans will not arrive at uniting ourselves even the question around our identity. Well, you may call some of them Africans, but some call themselves black, some still call themselves colored, that's fact, they do that. But this is because they've been miseducated by a system which seeks to keep us divided. And this is the truth. And this is it. Obviously, we cannot be, all of us, so many different things. We must be one thing. Of course, for our party, there's no question. As for the United African Movement, we're Africans. End of discussion. End of discussion. This struggle is not an easy struggle. The struggle to go from Negro to black was a difficult struggle. Capitalism did everything to roll it back. Even had us confused. I'm not black, look at me, I'm brown colored. Yes. I'm not black, I got Indian blood in me. What nonsense they didn't have us say just to run away from the truth. We told them then, it is more difficult to go from Negro to black than it is to go from black to African. Many people criticized us for our efforts. Oh, in the 1970s, we had our last press conference. We said, we're going to put the word Africans on the lip of every African in America, and we're not going to use the capitalist media press. And we have done it, and we have not used the capitalist media press. As a matter of fact, the capitalist media press, in trying to stop us from going to Africans in America, tried to throw out African Americans. They did it. We saw the whole scene. It's our job. We followed it carefully. Of course, they want to say African Americans. Of course, that keeps us exactly where we are. If you're African American, you're not the same like an African Kenyan. And certainly not the same like an African Brazilian. And certainly not the same like an African Trinidadian, etc., etc., etc. But once you're just African, ain't no question. Ain't no question. You African, yeah, where you were born? Trinidad. You African, yeah, where were you born? Uganda. You African, yeah, where were you born? Egypt. You African, yeah, all Africans. Once you have proper identity, one of your biggest problems is solved.